Hi, Kat here for Lightwave Digital. In this tutorial, we're going to be talking about a function called Luxigons, or a technology called Luxigons. Originally introduced back in the late 1990s during the 5 to 6.5 generation cycle, Luxigons were intended to allow artists to create a large amount of lights using polygons as the source to generate them from. So let's get started with creating a new light. Let's make this a spotlight, and we're going to just call this Lux Spot just for the time being. And I'm going to colorize this light really quickly, just something that will be visible later. Now that I've got this, we'll jump over to layout and we can do the rest of the process here. Now, you can do this the other direction. I started in Lightwave layout. You can start in modeler and do it. It doesn't matter. But there is a slight change that's been made over the years to where there are functions in modeler that don't make any sense anymore. It's just needing to be removed from the menus. So let's go and create a disk. Okay, we'll hit control. So we get a nice disk there, and we'll just mouse over here and click to enlarge this. Okay, now I'm going to slice this a couple of times so I can get some polygons that I can individually select. All right. Now I'm going to take a couple of these polygons, just hold shift and select them with the left mouse button in either weight shade or polygon shade or texture so you can see them. I like to work with weight shade because it gives me that outline. So it's very easy to see what's selected. And I know exactly where to put my mouse to select it. All right, so I am going to take this, I can hit Control C and just copy these into another layer. All right, and what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to just scale them up a little bit. So we're going to go and scale these up. So I'm going to switch my functionality of the mouse to origin, and I'm just going to scale them up, hold Control, and they're just going to float off the edge like that. Right now, these aren't actually going to be used in my scene. I'm going to effectively hide them or delete the layer once I get it over to layout. But what we want to do here is we want to convert this to a Luxigon. So let's go hit the setup, and similar to where Skelegons are, just in the menu here, we've got a set of layout tools called Add Luxigons. So we're going to get Add Luxigon, and this is the part of the menu that really doesn't need to be worried about. All you need to do is just hit OK, and we'll save this, and we'll send it over to layout. So there we go. We got this over to layout now. So I'm just going to move my perspective view over to the other side where I was doing my selections, and you can see those polygons sitting there. Now all we need to do is go convert with the layer 2 selected of the object, because that's where the Luxigons are, and hit convert. It will be presented with this menu called Add Luxigon Lights, and it's going to clone the item that you select in this drop-down menu and hit OK. And poof, you've got a bunch of lights that are attached to this layer, and we can now hide this layer. We don't need it anymore. And we can take these lights. I don't need this original one because that was the one that we use as our kind of clone master. And in order to get them to be visible, because these are spotlights, we got to point them down so they shine up against the side of the object. And you can see here that they are doing that exactly. So enabling VPR. Let's turn off the environment light and the original light. And now you can see that those lights are shining up against the surface of this object. And they are exactly where the polygon normal is for when they were generated. So if you want to turn them back on, you'll see that they'll have some problems rendering because that polygon is slicing directly through that light. And computer's going, hey, I don't know which side of the light it's on. Some of them will appear, some of them will disappear. So that's why I suggest doing a separate layer. And then once you're done with this, you can replace this. So go file, load, replace with null. And you won't have that problem. So pretty cool stuff. We'll get into Powergons next, but Luxigons are incredibly handy for doing things like lighting a large spaceship, architectural renderings where you got a lot of lights in, say, like an industrial plant. You've got a stage that needs a lot of lights that are similar, and you know where the lights are, and you're building it in Modeler. You can turn little polygons that are in front of those lights into Luxigons, and then convert them over, and then just delete that layer once you have your lights in, and you're good to go. All right, thank you for watching.